Let's finish strong, Timmy. 20 seconds, Tim. Work hard. Work hard, Tim. Work. Come on.
With 4 weeks remaining before Errol Spence faces Tim Tszyu, both fighters' preparations are unfolding in noticeably contrasting ways.
Good, man. Good thing I started camp early, because, I mean, you feel stuff like aches and things that I don't know if I felt them 3 years ago, but...
For Errol Spence, this training period centers on showing that he remains the same elite competitor. Following his defeat to Crawford, doubts have surfaced about his timing, physical condition, motivation, and ability to stand with top-level opponents. However, he is now putting in the work, refining his pressure, restoring his flow, and preparing with the mindset of a former champion determined to re-establish his identity. On the other side, Tim Tszyu is approaching camp with the intent to capitalize on the opportunity in front of him. Younger, active, and driven, he is training with the awareness that a win over Spence would elevate his status significantly. Guided by Jeff Fennick and his team, the emphasis goes beyond strength, focusing on structure, defense, and readiness for the toughest version of Spence. This contrast adds intrigue to the matchup, as one fighter aims to show he still belongs, while the other seeks to demonstrate that the previous era is nearing its end. Next, Errol Spence can be seen preparing for his return bout with Tim Tszyu, and this segment highlights the level of commitment he is bringing into camp. Instead of casual training footage, his work reflects the mindset of someone fully aware of the doubts surrounding him. The emphasis now is on precision, footwork, endurance, and rediscovering his natural timing ahead of fight night. Following time away from competition, the priority is regaining sharp reactions and ensuring his body performs at its best again. With Tim Tszyu on the other side, there is no room for a slow start or lack of readiness, as Tszyu remains active, powerful, and prepared to challenge him. This makes the preparation phase crucial, where each session on the pads, every drill, and all sparring rounds serve the purpose of showing that Errol Spence is still capable of competing at the highest level. In his latest training session, he is unloading powerful strikes on the pads, delivering the type of footage supporters had been anticipating. Spence appears locked in, precise, and fully committed to his return. His shots carry clear impact, his combinations connect smoothly, and his attacks to the body remain a key element of his style. This goes beyond simply presenting impressive visuals, as it reflects the effort he is investing ahead of his matchup with Tim Tszyu.
One. slip. Yeah. Jab, slip. Uppercut, hook, roll. Jab, slip. Uppercut, hook, roll. One. Jab, slip. Uppercut, hook, roll. Okay. That's it. One. Go. Two jab, slip. There we go. Left hand. One.
At the same time, Tim Tszyu is preparing for Errol Spence with a noticeably different intensity. He is not approaching this as just another training camp, but as a defining opportunity that could reshape his career if he secures the win. His strikes appear crisp, the forward pressure is evident, and each exercise is carried out with clear intent, all aimed at being fully prepared for a demanding and physical contest.
That's it. Bring this foot here. That's it. Yeah, now do it. That's it. Leave it at that's it. Good boy. Just bring it up. That's it. Chin down, Timmy. Bring it down. Tim, from where you are, I'm just going to ask you what comes next. Just do that to me. No, yeah, but just watch and see. Yeah, and that all here, boom, then boom. You know, that's it. The weight's the power from the hips. Twist it.
That point is significant because Spence is far from an ordinary opponent in a return fight. Despite the setback against Crawford, he still carries valuable experience, effective body attacks, and the resilience developed at the championship level. For that reason, Tim must be ready for a fully capable version of Spence, not the one some have dismissed. His preparation reflects that mindset, showing he is not expecting Spence to decline, but instead is getting ready to take control of the fight himself.
Hey guys, Jeff Fennick here. We're 1 week into our training camp and Tim's getting better and better every day. Around 10 weeks to go. We're going to see a new Tim Tszyu out there. We're going to have the man who's hungry enough to win the fight.
He is not simply working the pads or throwing punches for show. Tim is going through core exercises, skipping rope, and pushing through conditioning routines to keep his body prepared for a contest that could quickly become demanding. The rope work highlights his focus on timing, foot movement, and stamina, while the abdominal training reflects an effort to withstand pressure and body attacks. This is important because Spence has a reputation for making bouts physically tough, increasing the tempo, targeting the body, and testing opponents deep into the fight. Tim's preparation makes it clear he is not only aiming to appear strong, but is developing the endurance, mobility, and durability required to handle a fully prepared Errol Spence.
You get in there completely sweating, it's drenched, it's hot, there's no air, but you find ways to keep on getting better.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. 48. 49.
I mean, these conditions, running in 36, 37 degrees, high humidity, it's no joke. And it really does test an athlete mentally, particularly when they're training at that kind of intensity.
Look, he's always been focused, yeah? But this time I would say that he's putting more effort because he knows. This fight means for him everything. As they said, for them,
Tim is putting in work with road runs, push-ups, core exercises, and rope sessions, driving his conditioning with the understanding that the fight could turn physical quickly. The running builds his stamina, while the push-ups and abdominal work strengthen him for pressure exchanges, clinch situations, and body attacks. At the same time, the rope drills help refine his timing, coordination, and foot movement.
Slow chop.
The track is a boxer's best friend, and also the worst enemy.
What a beautiful day too. Huh?
The sprint's got my legs far, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
But it's all no pain, no gain.
that's exactly.
Then Tim Tszyu is seen displaying adjustments in his approach during camp, with his pad sessions standing out right away. This version of him goes beyond relying solely on forward pressure and strength. He is focusing on improved timing, faster reactions, tighter defense, and more measured movement. The style of pad work suggests his team is working to develop his speed, accuracy, upper body movement, and defensive awareness ahead of the Errol Spence matchup. This is significant because Spence is not an opponent who can be handled by simply pushing forward. Tim needs to be more calculated, stay defensively responsible, choose his openings carefully, and disrupt Spence's rhythm rather than allowing him to build momentum. The footage reflects a shift in preparation, indicating that Tim is not just increasing effort, but making technical improvements before entering one of the most important fights of his career. Tim Tszyu is now delivering a message aimed at Errol Spence Jr., making his intentions unmistakable. If Spence is no longer at his previous level, Tim is positioning himself as the one determined to confirm it.
But why should fans tune in to Errol Spence against Tim Tszyu?
I think stylistically, it's the last hooray for Errol Spence. Get in and watch his last fight.
But you plan, I guess, plan for a retirement plan, would you say?
Of course, if he's already talking about holidays and retirement plans, then this is his.
This matchup carries risk because Spence enters it with uncertainty surrounding him. There are questions about whether the defeat to Crawford affected him, if time away from competition has reduced his sharpness, and whether his body can still withstand a demanding fight at this level. Tim is fully aware of these concerns, which explains his confident tone. From his perspective, this is more than facing a recognizable opponent. It is about revealing where Spence truly stands. If Spence still possesses the pressure, body attack, timing, and durability that defined his championship run, then Tim must be prepared for a tough contest. However, if Spence has declined, lacks sharpness, or carries damage from previous bouts, Tim believes this could be the moment that leads him towards stepping away. That is why his message carries weight, as he is neither underestimating the challenge nor intimidated by the name, instead viewing it as an opportunity to stop the comeback before it gains momentum.
Well, I know the type of fighter he is. He likes to take on again hard challenges. But I'm going to give him that regret feeling that he should have taken a warm-up fight.
Yeah. Obviously, he had people haven't seen much anything of him from the last few years, and he had he had an open workout a few weeks ago, and a lot of people took from that, people looking like he's slow and this and that. I don't know if you took anything from it, but also I guess did you take anything from it, if you'd seen anything from
Honestly, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like Errol's he's a monotone type guy.
Yeah.
He's what he's good at is that constant pressure, constant punching, and it doesn't have to be flashy and quick and stuff like that. He knows when to throw the punch, and he keeps on going until you have to be until it's sink or swim type situation. So
Errol Spence responded to Tim Tszyu's remarks by making it clear he took them as disrespectful. From his perspective, Tim is speaking as if his career is already over, with the retirement talk, the doubts about his return, and the ongoing questions after the Crawford loss suggesting others are trying to benefit from his name while assuming he has declined. Spence does not view himself in that way, which is why his reaction carries importance. He is not returning to serve as an easy opportunity for someone else, but still considers himself a top-level fighter with pressure, physical strength, effective bodywork, and experience that Tim has yet to fully encounter. As a result, Tim's suggestion of pushing him toward retirement is taken personally, adding another layer to the matchup, where Spence is aiming not only to win, but to remind both Tim and the public that a single defeat did not define him.
Like I wasn't disrespectful to him. It's a fight, and I think I heard something he said about they gonna do me like Pandora did Keith Thurman, and just talk about a whole bunch of crap, and then he expect me to come shake his hand, and I just wasn't in the mood for that. It's time to fight. We're in a tough fight. Say it's gonna be a war, then let it be there.
Errol, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, after Amel became undisputed, you were in the tent and Tim Tszyu's name came up, and you were like, Tim Tszyu is trash. Do you still feel like that? And he's fought a couple guys since then. Do you think he's grown at all since you first said that as a fighter?
Yeah, he's good.
From Errol Spence's perspective, Tim Tszyu can speak about retirement, age, inactivity, and any changes following the Crawford defeat, but none of that alters how he views himself. He remains confident in his experience, the number of high-level rounds he has gone through, his ability to apply pressure, his effectiveness to the body, and a level of durability that Tim has not yet fully faced. This is why his reaction carries a personal edge. Spence is not returning simply to show he can still compete, but to demonstrate that he was written off too soon. While Tim enters the fight active, strong, and self-assured, Errol believes he still holds the advantage when they share the ring. The matchup now extends beyond questions about a comeback and becomes a matter of pride, with Tim aiming to reveal weaknesses, while Spence is determined to remind everyone of the standard he once set as one of boxing's most formidable fighters.
Not really working now. I'm working a lot smarter than I'm working hard. Like, I'm still working hard, but I'm taking the time to listen to my body. Like, nah, we gonna chill today, or nah, we not gonna go hard every day. You can't go hard every day, especially when you like, older fighters used to tell me this, but now I know once you get a little older, your body will tell you like, nah, like, chill today. I already gave you 3 hard days. Like, we gonna take it light today. Yeah. So it's been a huge adjustment that I had.
Errol Spence is now sparring with a former opponent of Tim Tszyu, adding another important element to his preparation. This is a deliberate choice rather than routine work, as he aims to get ready for the specific style, pressure, and resilience that Tim brings. Training with someone who has already shared the ring with Tszyu allows Spence and his team to better understand the tendencies, timing, and physical demands they could face on fight night. This approach is significant because Spence cannot rely on uncertainty in this return bout. Following the loss to Crawford, there's close attention on whether his sharpness, reactions, and overall condition remain intact. Selecting the right sparring partners shows he is approaching the challenge with focus, while also signaling that his preparation is centered on overcoming the version of Tim that many believe could end his comeback.
Ronnie Shields, Errol's current trainer, Errol looking in great shape. And who's this next to him? None other than Brian Mendoza, Cuban-American, who actually fought Tim Tszyu. We'll get to that in a second. So, right off rip, one thing I'm noticing is Brian Mendoza always in shape, always kind of ready to go. Every time I've seen him, he's in shape. Errol don't look really small next to him. I mean, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section, but that's a good sign because Errol Spence, this will be his first fight at 154. And if he looked like real small, that would be potentially problematic, right? Going up against Tim Tszyu, who's been fighting, former champion in that division. So right off rip, that's the first thing I noticed is that Errol looks dialed in about 4 weeks out from his fight. And now that we have a barometer in Brian Mendoza, I mean, look at Errol's shoulders. Look at, the width of him. It look like they're in the same division. So Errol definitely filling out. And what's beneficial for Errol is we're talking about a wealth.
Sean Porter shared his view on a potential matchup between Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu, favoring Spence to come out on top. He emphasized that many are forming conclusions too quickly based on the loss to Crawford, explaining that a single difficult performance against an exceptional opponent does not define everything Spence has accomplished. Errol earned his status as a unified champion through consistent pressure, effective work to the body, resilience, discipline, and the ability to wear opponents down over time. For that reason, Porter believes Spence has what it takes to defeat Tim Tszyu. While Tim brings strength, activity, and confidence, Spence has competed at a higher level, handled intense situations, and understands how to remain composed before gradually taking control as he settles into a fight. Porter also noted that much depends on Spence's physical condition in his return, as any signs of being off pace or lacking sharpness could give Tim an advantage. However, if Spence enters the ring in good health, fully focused, and comfortable working with Ronnie Shields, Porter believes his skill set and experience remain strong enough to meet the challenge.
Because I know how good I am, but there's times where I'm like, even I blow myself away. And I mean, the stuff that I did with these guys this weekend, I blew myself away. I'm still talking about it to my lady and everything. I'm still hyped up about it. So you guys be looking out for those interviews. Shout out to Fox Australia, man. They're gonna bless us. They're gonna put together the finished product and they're gonna give it to us so that we can put it on our platform, which is, to me, is amazing. I'm super.
Be sure to explore our other content as well.